When the most vulnerable among us are at risk, usually children, the public mobilizes. At 4 p.m. on March 9, 2012, West Valley City Police issued an Amber Alert for a 10-year-old girl taken from her elementary school. Following established protocols, key partners, including the media, swung into action.
Police have issued an Amber Alert for a 10-year-old girl abducted from her West Valley Elementary School in Utah this afternoon.
With just a few keystrokes, an immediate message was sent out to digital billboards along the I-15 corridor and throughout Utah. Even as the abductor sped away, motorists were alerted in real time. In this case, the abductor was the girl's mother, who herself saw the Amber Alert posted on digital billboards and soon contacted authorities. By 2 a.m. Saturday morning, the young girl was united with her father and stepmother for a happy ending to a traumatic experience. Once again, billboards proved to be an important medium that provides significant benefits to the public, including helping to protect the most vulnerable. The results in this instance may not have turned out as well without the benefit of today's digital technology. But that's just one advantage of this cool new informational tool whose main purpose is to deliver news and advertising and drive traffic to local businesses. Because of the low cost and ability to quickly change copy, even the little guy can get his message out and realize success.
My name is Todd Sella. I'm the owner of a small basement finishing company called Finish for 14. And about a year ago, we started advertising with Yesco on a 10-second spot on the I-15 corridor. And over the last year, we've been able to add 14 new employees. Our revenues are up 200%, and we're booked up for a month and a half.
Billboards were born out of necessity to quickly convey eye-pleasing messages. As this time-honored medium of expression has evolved, it has provided jobs and satisfying careers for thousands. In Utah, more than 1,000 individuals are employed in the outdoor advertising industry. From manufacturing to installation, sales, and administration, it's a small business success story. In fact, about 90% of all billboards in Utah are owned by 4 Utah families who for generations have taken great pride in their industry and generously participated in community service. A new innovation is Yesco's digital design and assembly plant in Cache Valley, employing more than 400 individuals. The plant was moved there from Las Vegas, Nevada, in search of a skilled labor force and demonstrates Yesco's commitment to Utah. There, workers design and build digital signage for customers throughout North America, one of only 3 American manufacturers involved in this highly competitive industry. In Utah, digital signage has been around for about 20 years. It's not new. The earliest uses were for on-premise signs. Now, these are signs that advertise what's happening right there, right where the signs are located. Examples are credit unions, car dealerships, and fast food restaurants. They almost always use animated messages, sometimes even full video due to their limited size and placement. Digital billboards are much different. They were first introduced in Salt Lake City in 2003. Digital billboards do not include moving messages. Instead, advertisers receive a static, 8-second message, which is a self-imposed industry standard based on research by the Federal Highway Department. What about brightness? In conjunction with extensive research, brightness standards have been scientifically determined as well, and all of Utah's digital billboards are equipped to dim as night falls. And how about safety? This concern has been thoroughly studied. A study of over 500 million cars passing by electronic billboards in 6 cities showed no significant statistical relationship between electronic billboards and traffic accidents. Digital billboards are not meant to distract, but rather are scientifically designed to communicate effectively. By the way, less than 1% of static billboards in Utah have been upgraded to this newest innovation, with locations limited to high-traffic industrial and commercial areas. As you know, billboards are highly regulated, subject to federal and state statutes and local ordinances. Perhaps the most well-known billboard regulation is the 1965 Highway Beautification Act, championed by Lady Bird Johnson. In a nutshell, the HBA and ensuing modifications have sought to contain billboards primarily to urban, commercial, and industrial areas and away from scenic vistas. The Highway Beautification Act did not seek to ban billboards entirely, which is widely misunderstood. However, the act has resulted in standardized sizes and placement of signs and has reduced the number of billboards nationally from 800,000 to about 400,000 today. And importantly for us as an industry, studies have continued to show over a 30-year period that public opinion has remained consistent. The public sees tremendous value in billboards. We think Mrs. Johnson would be pleased with her efforts and others all these years later. Significantly, a substantial majority of Americans would not favor a ban on digital billboards because they value the information they provide. It does remain a concern, however, that Utah planning departments and city officials work to oppose digital billboards despite very little concern or public clamor. Rarely in the past few years of public hearings on state or local legislation has there been any public comment in opposition to digital billboards. It really is a non-issue for the public. In fact, the public overwhelmingly believes the availability of digital billboards to post emergency messages is an important public service benefit. In Utah, 8% of all message time is typically reserved for community and public service messages, which again can be added or updated by the stroke of a few computer keys. Also, there is no evidence based on public opinion that digital billboards need to be regulated any differently than traditional billboards. Another concern is the claim that state law requires the use of public municipal funds to relocate a billboard when a lease is lost or the property owner no longer wants the billboard on their premises. This just isn't true, and this and other unsubstantiated claims are not helpful to an open discussion. Utah's 1997 statute on the relocation of billboards has worked well for many years and has literally saved the state over $100 million since adoption. A recent example is the reconstruction of I-15 through Utah County. Please let us explain in more detail why this statute has served taxpayers well for many years. It is only in rare instances that a billboard is condemned and removed by the government. When that happens, its owner, just like any private property owner, should be given just compensation for the billboard. That's only fair. Utah's Outdoor Advertising Act ensures that outdoor advertising shall be continued as a standardized advertising medium of communication throughout the state so that it is preserved and can continue. The Act provides a statutory basis for reasonable regulation and the protection of private property rights. While the billboard industry continues to work diligently with Utah's cities and towns on issues such as curfew hours and brightness, there are reasons why this is a matter of state control and not local control. First of all, local control, as a practical matter, has been very discriminatory. Here's a case in point. The outdoor industry, including representatives from Reagan, Yesco, CBS, and Saunders, worked with Layton City for several months this year on a new digital billboard ordinance. Layton ultimately passed an ordinance dictating that Reagan, before it upgrades any face in the city to a digital sign, must move or remove 4 other sign structures, a total of 9 billboard faces, at its own expense. These are existing signs that have already been legally permitted under Layton's ordinances. But Yesco, Saunders, and others who also have billboards in the city can upgrade any face in the city to digital today with no additional burden. Another example, Salt Lake City requires the forfeiture of 2 traditional billboards for every one that is upgraded to digital. Yet the city has installed its own on-premise digital sign and sells advertising in direct competition with the billboard industry. West Valley City allows digital on their city-owned on-premise signs and also sells advertising to third parties on I-215. Local control continues to be discriminatory as well as anti-business.
We find ourselves in an interesting role of educating planning departments, city councils, planning commissions, and state legislators about what the role is of this critical form of advertising. In the process of that, we talk about how important it is that we are allowed to continue to operate. And within that realm, we continue to want to follow all the codes and rules established by the state and by the cities and cooperate on the highest level so that all those needs are met by all parties.
We're sure you agree government should not be picking winners and losers, nor should it be competing with private local businesses. State control is necessary to establish a level playing field. We accept the fact that a vocal minority would like to see onerous and restrictive regulations imposed upon our industry, but we will continue to educate regulators and participate in good faith with them in the hopes that our small businesses and private property rights can be protected. We are in the business of helping small businesses succeed. As small businesses ourselves, we're not asking for additional billboards. We're only asking to maintain what has taken us generations to build. We are your partners in economic development and job creation.
Young Electric Sign Company, from the early days, grandfather was traveling the interstates and reaching customers far and wide, into Idaho, into Nevada. We've left our headquarters here in Utah, but we have customers throughout the western United States. And in particular, we have this new electronic technology that is being designed, engineered, manufactured in Logan, Utah. This is a Utah product. There's only a few domestic manufacturers of this product, and we're very pleased and very proud that we're able to bring those jobs to the state and employ as many people as we do and bring this technology to as many customers as we do.
Just as technology continues to evolve around us, billboard advertising is evolving too. Digital billboards are not designed to distract. They are designed to provide efficient, effective commercial communication. It's the way of the future. Practically speaking, they will ultimately be limited to high-traffic areas because of costs. The upgrade of a billboard face to digital may cost up to $250,000, so its location must make business sense. Thank you for watching, listening, and considering the efforts of Utah-based billboard companies to remain viable, be good community partners, and responsive to our customers in harmony with federal, state, and local government requirements. We look forward to your questions and a continuing positive dialogue.